You're a good-looking tree. Don't let anyone ever tell you different. Oh, welcome everyone. AdamTheWoo here, coming to you from Claremont, California, and a kind of a foggy morning as I was driving up here for this vlog. A little bit of mist and a little bit of rain actually exuding from the heavens down to the earth, which is actually good because it has actually hydrated a bee just flew by me again. Another bee just flew by. Look at these bees out here. I gotta stop smelling these flowers because there's always bees every time I go down and try to smell the beauty of the freshly fogged. That's a good question. Does fog actually hydrate plants? If it doesn't rain, if it's just foggy, does fog actually hydrate the soil? I am not a botanist or do I have a green thumb at all? In fact, I have a question for you. Are those petunias? Claremont, California is where I am right now. I'm actually at a college that is on the corner. The entryway to the college actually starts right here on the corner of 6th Street and College Avenue. And some might say that this vlog is going to be a little, if you've read the title, prepare yourself for a very bad joke. This vlog is a little bit over the top. It's my second channel, daily vlog channel. It's the Daily Woo. Let's take you back now to 1987. Sylvester Stallone was one of the biggest stars in the world and a personal favorite actor of mine. Of course, you know him from the Rocky series, perhaps the Rambo series as well. But he did a lot of other movies that I actually hold as a guilty pleasure in my heart. And one of those just appeared on Netflix at the filming of this vlog. You can actually go on Netflix and watch Over the Top, which is an arm wrestling movie starring Robert Loggia, Sylvester Stallone, and a plethora of other actual professional arm wrestlers and professional wrestlers who actually rear their heads in the movie. And you can actually watch that now on Netflix if you have a Netflix account, which is very exciting. And I watched it the other night, for no joke, probably the 200th time in my life. It harkens me back to a younger AdamTheWoo, an excited AdamTheWoo, who was a fan for 80s movies, and still am a fan of 80s movies. And then I started to do some research after I watched Over the Top for the 200th time. And I always wondered where some of those scenes were filmed. And they are actually filmed, the movie is filmed over a lot of different states, ending and culminating with the grand finale. Las Vegas is actually where they had the arm wrestling championship. But the movie starts, the movie begins when Sylvester Stallone goes back and actually picks up his son, which he has not seen in years and years due to divorce and other reasons that were never explained in the movie. Sylvester Stallone actually drives down this road, turns into this college, which actually played the part of a military school in the movie, and actually picked up Michael himself, his son, right through those gates. The majestic entryway to Pomona College. Look at that. There are two pillars on either side of the road right here on the corner of this road. Now, if you actually go on Netflix, or if you own the DVD, or you own the Blu-ray, which I do not own, hopefully I will actually have that in my possession at some point in my life, but you can actually go and watch the scene, and you can actually see Sylvester Stallone pulling his big rig truck right here and pulling down that way to the graduation ceremony to pick up Michael. Now, they actually built a guard shack smack dab in the middle of the road right there, and they actually put the name of the military academy, the fake military academy name, over the Pomona College. Now, we will actually get a closer look, but I wanted you to just soak this angle in. This exact shot is used after he picks up his son and he's driving his truck out. He turns his truck and drives straight down that way. So get a very good view, or maybe a screenshot of that right there, before we actually roam into the stomping grounds of a 1987-esque Sylvester Stallone. Is that Sylvester Stallone right there? Is that Stallone? No, actually that was a girl. That was not Stallone, unless maybe it's a female Stallone. did Sylvester Stallone, actually, now that I think about it, Sylvester Stallone does have 3 daughters, I believe. Unfortunately, Sylvester Stallone's Sage actually passed away. I do not know if a lot of people know this, but Sage Stallone, Sylvester Stallone's son, actually was in Rocky V with him. He played his son in Rocky V, and unfortunately, at a young age, his son actually passed away, so that's actually very sad. But he does have a few daughters. Maybe that was Sylvester Stallone's daughter. So here we go, Pomona College. And you can see, like I was saying a minute ago, they actually put the sign over the top. Now here, see what I did there? Over the top, they put the sign over the top of the Pomona College actual sign. Now here is a question for you. I want you to do some Columbo-like research. Find out, what was the name of the military academy? It is slipping my mind. I am having a brain, you know what they say, when you have a brain, you know what? I am having one of those right now, and I cannot remember the name of the military school. It's only mentioned maybe one time, or maybe only mentioned in the screenshot when Stallone drives in and out of here. But right there was the guard shack. There was a little guard shack they built right there. The guard that was standing there when Stallone pulled up, he pulls in, the guard's like, deliveries in the rear, deliveries in the rear. He's like, no, I'm here to pick up, no, I'm here to pick up Michael over there. And he pulled straight in here, drove this way, and parked his truck down this road. So we're going to take a little bit of a walk straight towards where the ceremony was, the graduation ceremony, where all the graduates, all the kid graduates, which makes me think too, what age bracket was Michael? He was young. He was probably 12, 13, maybe 14, 15, in that age range. So he wasn't graduating a military school for adults. So I guess it was a children's military school, which I am not familiar with military schools. Are there different branches of military schools for different age brackets? That is something I am not a self-proclaimed aficionado on that. So if you know more about that than I do, feel free to leave comments down below. So let's focus now on where Sylvester Stallone was driving his truck, right up here, down this road, down College Avenue. And there's actually a shot in the movie. All of these scenes that you are actually seeing in this vlog are in the first probably 10 to 15 minutes of the movie. So go on Netflix, watch it, then go back and watch this vlog and match some of the shots up. It's pretty cool. There's a shot right here when you actually see the truck driven by Sylvester Stallone drive straight for us and park right over in here. Either here or right over in here is where he actually parked his truck. And he got out of his truck and actually went into this building right here. Look at this. This building right there. So basically he got out of the truck, which would have been right here, walked across where these hedges probably were not here, and actually walked up into this building, up those stairs, and into that building right there. And this is actually Carnegie Hall here at Pomona College in Claremont, California. Carnegie Hall. Look at this. Presented by Andrew Carnegie. And all of this actually looks the same. Actually, the lights that are there, the stairs, all that, pretty much identical to how it was in 1987. A lot of things have changed, though. There was a lot more growth here. There was a lot more hedges and flowers, maybe even some petunias that were in this little area. So this was a lot more grown up. But the sidewalk itself, the way the sidewalk angles that way and goes straight, all that is exactly the same, as well as the exact spot right here where Stallone himself walked right up this. You can see that in the shot. You can see that in the shot as well. And the windows still look exactly the same with those little sunburst type windows right there. Very, very cool. Now, I do not know if anyone else is going to find the enjoyment in this like I am. I am a huge 80s nerd. I am a fan of 80s movies. And I love Stallone, of course, Rocky and Rambo and Cliffhanger and all the other movies that, of course, Over the Top ranks up there with my favorite Stallone movie. A little bit cheesy, a little bit awesome. Actually, a little bit cheesy, a lot awesome. If you've never seen it, I highly encourage you to do so. It is a great movie. Just like most of Stallone's movies, they're pretty epic. So get one last look at this Carnegie Hall used in the movie. And now we're going to cross the street, and I'm going to show you where the actual graduation ceremony of Michael was. It was actually in this open, grassy area right here. Right here is where all of the military students were standing and marching. Basically, the opening montage with Stallone is washing his truck. He's driving his truck. That opening song is playing as Stallone is driving through the mountains, pulling into civilization out from the desert, and drives to pick up his son. And then it transfers over into here, and you see the military kids marching with their flags and their musical instruments, and they're marching all right through here. And right over here is where the stage was set up, where they made the announcements that the kids had actually graduated from that stage of military school. And that actually happened right here. So basically the stage was right here. There was a bunch of actors and actresses right in here. And they were all standing right here, and they threw their hats in the air. And they said, "Dismissed, company, dismissed." And he took his hat off, threw the hat up in the air. That actually happened exactly where we are standing right here with this building, Carnegie Hall, off in the background. Do like a little bit of moment of quietness here and just show you the ambiance of Claremont, California's own Pomona College. I'm really liking that tree over there. There's some really cool looking, fantastic looking trees. And this building is very awesome looking as well. So remember what I said, there was a stage right here. There's actually one shot where it's like a crane shot. You can see the crane way up in the air. From this angle, you can see the building off in the background. So very cool. A little 1980s trivia movie location. The Sylvester Stallone over the top nerd in me is geeking out, fanboying out right now, because this is one of those weird locations that normally people do not get excited about. They are not, I'm going to go find the filming locations of Over the Top. But something I wanted to do, I watched the movie again for the 100th time the other night, and I thought, heck it, let me drive up to Claremont, California and find the opening scenes from Over the Top. I love that movie. If you have not seen it, please watch it. It's a classic. Bull Hurley, the ultimate adversary, who is infatuated. If you know Bull Hurley in the movie, and you know the movie, you will know where I'm coming from. He is infatuated with the word that starts with the letter S, the profane word S, which means basically dung. So he uses that word, "You ain't S, or I'm going to break your S-ing arm. You don't belong on my S-ing table." He uses that all the time. "You're in a world of hurt, little man." And he grabbed one. I remember when Lincoln Hawk, which is Sylvester Stallone's character, they get on the table, they latch their arms together, and then Bull Hurley takes his hand and pushes Stallone's hand towards his nose and smushes his nose, and blood starts coming out his nose. And then Bull Hurley says, "Nose hurt, Hawks," which is interesting too, because in the movie, Lincoln Hawk, which is Sylvester Stallone's character, is actually called Lincoln Hawk, and he's also referred to as Lincoln Hawks. So there's a little bit of continuity error in the movie. I guess they did not think the script through enough to actually give him a real name. Lincoln Hawk or Lincoln Hawks, which maybe Lincoln Hawks is the plural of Lincoln Hawk. Maybe when he turns that hat around and it's a switch, when I turn the hat around, it's like a switch. Maybe that's when he turns into Lincoln Hawks, which is the plural, and he has the strength of more than one man. He is the pluralized version of Lincoln Hawk. And of course, Robert Loggia played the grandfather, who was basically the guy who was trying to take away the son from Sylvester Stallone's character. It's kind of a weird movie. There are parts of it that don't really make a lot of sense. But when it comes to my childhood, I'm going to say Top Gun, not Top Gun. Over the Top. Over the Top Gun? That would be an interesting movie. Imagine if Tom Cruise showed up and was wrestling Bull Hurley. I think Tom Cruise would not hold a candle to Sylvester Stallone's arm wrestling skills. All right, I'm losing my mind. I'm getting very, very excited. I'm getting very flustered. I want to walk around and actually analyze things with my own two eyes, just like Darth Vader wanted to look at Luke Skywalker. I'm now going to stop the vlog. I'm going to wander around and look at all the little details. Maybe post some pictures on Instagram and whatnot. Thanks for watching this vlog. Oh yeah, by the way, Robert Loggia was in the movie playing the grandfather. And unfortunately, Robert Loggia has actually passed on. The classic, intense actor, Robert Loggia, which you may know from Scarface. Of course, in Scarface, and also played in Big, as well as 100 other movies, was also in Over the Top. So if you've not seen the movie, and let's say you don't like Stallone, maybe you like Robert Loggia. He does a great job in the movie, and it all started right in here. Imagine that. Robert Loggia was wandering around these grounds. Sylvester Stallone was wandering around these grounds. Thanks for watching these vlogs. I really appreciate it. Sometimes they're long-winded. Sometimes I nerd out and freak out and fanboy. But hopefully you enjoy them and you are vicariously enjoying these locations along with me. Check down below for my t-shirts, AdamTheWoo.spreadshirt.com. Also, you can Google AdamTheWoo Patreon. That helps put gas in my van. My van is actually parked. Actually, my van's parked right there. So if you want to help fuel the woo, there's Patreon. Just Google AdamTheWoo Patreon, as well as AdamTheWoo.spreadshirt.com. All of that is appreciated. All of that helps me go to do different vlogs on an everyday, unedited. I have not edited one of these vlogs in well past 1,200 days in a row. I have never edited a vlog on this channel, which is pretty amazing. One day I'm going to have a veritable plethora of insane uneditedness to go back and watch when I'm an old man sitting on my couch. Hopefully, if I make it to an old man, I can go back and watch all these vlogs and say, man, I was really over the top in some of those vlogs. Love you guys. See you later. Bye.